Freehold townhome, condominium townhome. Which one is best? Let's talk about it. Anytime I find myself selling a townhome development, one of the most frequently asked questions I get, which kind of bothers me to be honest, is, hey, is this a freehold townhome? Well, let's talk about the difference between freehold townhome and a condominium townhome by discussing the pros and cons of each. Let's start with freehold. Freehold townhomes typically entail zero maintenance fees or nearly zero maintenance fees and a pottle. Most importantly, a pottle. What is a pottle? It's a parcel of tied land. This means the entire townhome, 2 or 3 stories, basement or not, the piece of land that townhome sits upon technically belongs to the owner of the townhome. Does it matter in any way? Does the ownership of that piece of land matter? Well, to you as an owner, absolutely not. It's useless. It's not like you can demolish the rest of the townhomes. Those townhomes belong to somebody else. You can't build anything else on that piece of land. It's just simply a different type of ownership. With a freehold townhome, the owner is responsible for all exterior elements of the townhome, such as the roofing, windows, etc., as well as landscaping. So landscaping, snow removal are all the responsibilities of the homeowner. And this is where some of the issues begin to come up with freehold ownership. Once an individuals assume ownership of a freehold townhome, they can theoretically move in, paint the front door pink, change the roofing color, change the exterior windows to their taste, and nobody can stop them. Sometimes, actually quite frequently, homeowners can neglect to maintain the lawn, to clear snow, to salt their driveway even, if there is any. This can lead to issues, and it can deteriorate the overall appeal and look of a townhome subdivision, of a townhome block. Now, let's have a look at condominium townhomes. Condominium townhomes means that there's a row of townhomes, whether it's adjacent next to a condo tower or whether it's just multiple rows of townhomes, but it's managed by a condo board. There's of course a reserve fund and things like landscaping, snow removal, roofing, all exterior elements, just like with any condominium, are the responsibility of the condo board. What this means is that a condominium townhome development will always look the same and the way a builder originally intended it to. This is one of the main reasons why developers choose to build condominium townhomes instead of freehold townhomes. Because once they design a community, they work with an architect, they put a lot of thought in designing this community, it is going to look that way for many, many years to come, and it will act as a poster for that specific developer's product. They can point all future purchasers to a development that they've done many, many years ago that shows the excellence of their product or the superiority of their product to other builders. Another issue that purchasers have to be aware of when they're looking at freehold townhomes is the premise that that parcel of tied land belongs to the townhome owner. This is the reason why you see such limited development of freehold townhomes in the city of Toronto and in the downtown core, because if you're going to give ownership of that piece of land to one specific townhome, it is going to be expensive. Land is expensive, let me remind you that. And on top of that, a freehold townhome is going to be a traditional townhome, which means that it's not a stacked townhome. You don't have anybody else living on top of you. This automatically means that a freehold townhome is going to be, whether it's 2 or 3 stories, is going to be spacious. Large townhomes with land are automatically going to be expensive. Keep these things in mind when you're shopping for townhomes. I frequently come across beautiful condominium townhome communities. Obviously, you should always pay attention to maintenance fees. So don't ask me whether this is a freehold townhome. Ask me what the maintenance fees are for that specific community, because if the maintenance fees are modest, if the maintenance fees include high-speed internet for $30 a month, which is a bargain, for example, or if the maintenance includes water, which is actually quite typically included in condominium townhomes, water and all exterior maintenance, this means that you're buying ground-related real estate, so real estate that's sitting on land, that you can avoid elevators if that's what your preference is, but that requires nearly zero maintenance for at least the exterior of your property.